the so-called enlightened nation were in truth blind to the Most High standard. To this day, their ignorance was not innocent, it was willful, driven by greed. Say what? Driven by greed and dominion. And because they reject wisdom, judgment is the only inheritance left for those systems. So the Lord finna inherit that. They ain't going head on in captivity. That's what I'm reading about. Matter of fact, can I get one more? Oh yeah, we already on part 2. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving. All right, let's keep going. All right. Let's go read some more of this synopsis that I put together through this synopsis that I have. Come on now, shit. See, we stopped at, yeah, we got, yep. So let's keep going. All right, let's go back here. So this lesson dismantle the widely taught narrative that slavery emerged primarily due to labor shortages in America. It presents evidence that European powers were already engaged in the kidnapping and enslavement of so-called Africans in the 15th century prior to large-scale plantation economies in the New World. Early Portuguese expedition along with the West African coast involved direct raids and human capture. Enslaved so-called Africans were transported to Europe before the enslavement of plantation systems in the Americas. This timeline revealed that the system was not an reactive solution, but the premeditated practice. The development of plantation economies later expanded and intensified an already existing system. This intensified This correction is crucial because it removed the justification that slavery was an unfortunate necessity Okay, instead, it exposes it as a deliberate and involving enterprise. This lesson emphasizes that understanding origins is key to understanding responsibility. Okay, another major point addresses is the existence of early plantations system outside the Americas, particularly on Atlantic islands and parts of Africa location. Let me go over here and take a leak. Shit. Such as Sao Tome and Canary Island serve as experimental ground for plantation slavery. These sites allow European powers to refine systems of forced labor, crops production, crop productions, and social control. By the time slavery expanded into the Caribbean and America, the model was already well established. This demonstrates that the transatlantic system was not improvised, but systematically developed over time. This lesson highlights how these early plantations laid the groundwork for later large-scale operation. It also showed how economic incentives drove continuous expansion and intensification. This existence of these early systems further disproved the idea that slavery was a sudden or accidental development. It reinforces the argument of intentional design and planning. So the role of government and institution in sustaining the expanding slavery is a key focus of the lesson. It explains that slavery was not simply the result of individual action, but was actively supported and regulated by state power. European government debated, legislated, and structured government debated, legislated structures the system to maximize profit and control. It said, "Hey, how you doing, bro?" It said parliamentary discussion in Britain, for example, centered on how best to organize the benefit from the trade in enslaved so-called Africans. These debates were not about morality, but efficiency and economic advantage. The lesson revealed that slavery was deeply embedded in national policies and economic strategies. This institutional involvement elevates the system from isolated wrongdoing to organized global enterprise. It underscored the responsibilities of states, not just individuals. This understanding is critical for discussion about accountability and reparation. All right. So I'm gonna pause right there for a second, y'all. All right, let's finish this off. Okay, what was we? All right, so it said this understanding is critical for discussion about accountability and reparation. So the true reparation gonna be when the Lord come and crack them skies, and we're gonna be restored. You know, the hopefully elect, man. The Lord finna come. He ain't coming to get all the people, man. He coming to get his elect. All right. 2:30, these people finna be burnt by it. They finna be they gonna be all right when they come back in their right mind. All right. It said international agreement further illustrate the organized nature of the system. The lesson highlights the arrangements such as the Asiento, which formalize the supply of enslaved so-called Africans, all right, which were Israelites, between European powers, all right. These agreements treated human beings as quantifiable. Let me go on this side of the street. Quantifiable commodities within contractual obligation. The requirements to supply thousands of individuals annually demonstrate the scale and normalization of the practice. Such agreement revealed the level of coordination between nations in sustaining the system. It said they also show how deeply integrated slavery was into global economic networks. This was not a hidden or fringe activity, but a central component of international relations. The lesson uses these examples to dismantle any notion of accidental or decentralized development. It reinforces the idea of deliberate, systematic exploitation. All right, the legal framework played a crucial role in defining and maintaining the system of slavery. The lesson discusses slave codes and laws that classified Africans, so-called Africans, as property. All right, rather than persons. These legal structures strip individuals of rights and legitimize their exploitation. They regulated every aspect of life, from labor to movements to family relations. By codifying these conditions into law. That's where you got your black laws, and you know, they designed this shit to keep Jake ass and oppressed, man. So they got to pay. And then they think they gonna ride off in the sunlight. And then you got these wicked ass niggas trying to save this devil, man, this nigga. It said by codifying these conditions into law, society normalized, and perpetuated injustice. The lesson emphasizes that law was not neutral, but an active tool in sustaining oppression. This legal foundation ensured the continuity of the system across generations. It also created lasting precedents that influence future systems of inequality. Understanding these legal origins is essential for addressing their modern consequences. So yeah, the Lord gonna deal with these people, man. They ain't getting out of this shit. They think they gonna get out of this shit. Ain't gonna let's make America great again. It's not gonna happen. All right, let's go and get some more scripture. No. The Lord finna get ready to deal with this man. Matter of fact, the Lord is already dealing with this man. It's gonna get worse. All right. Let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 7. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, which consists of the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans, and make a merchandise of him or sell of him, then that thief, say what? Then that thief, say what? Then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. So here's the judgment is expanded. See, this is not only theft, but merchandise, turning a human being into an object of trade. The language directly exposes systems, mainly this system here in Babylon and all the systems that built wealth by converting people into commodities. Okay? It says, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh calls it evil, not enterprise, okay? Not development, not civilization. The command is not reform, not regulation, but death to the perpetrator, showing the severity of the crime. All right. It said this revealed that what the modern world normalized, the Most High declared abominable from the beginning. The affliction of oppression were not accidental. They were acts of deliberate evil in defiance of the law, of divine law. Baruch chapter 3, verses 27 and 28. He have not found her out in the land of Canaan, or Canaan, neither have she been seen in Thema. The Agarenes, reins that seek wisdom about earth, the merchants, the Moran, and the Thema, the authors of fables and searchers out of understanding. None of these have known the way of wisdom or remember her path. See? This exposes the root problem, see? The builders of systems and merchants, the merchants and the architects of global structures like wisdom. They pursue gain, expansion, and power, but not righteousness before Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh. You see? Because wisdom was absent, their systems were built on violence, see? Where in truth, blind to the Most High standards. Their ignorance was not innocent, it was willful, driven by greed and dominion. And because they reject wisdom, judgment is the only inheritance left for those systems. All right. So the spirit brings up us deeper into the matter. When the crime is not only named, but its global scale is revealed. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh is not silent concerning the scattering of a people and the gambling away of human lives, all right? What the world dresses up as expansion and trade, the Most High records as division, exploitation, and contempt. This is the mindset of those who saw no value in a people beyond profit and pleasure. The affliction was not accidental. It was calculated, see? Normalized and celebrated among nations. And now the judgment is spoken in the same plainest as a crime, as the crime. Joel chapter 3, verses 3. And they have cast lot, say what? And they have cast a lot for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Hey man, listen. That's why you seen all these youngsters, man. When you see all them pictures, man, you got them people, man. Listen, these motherfucking white nationalists, these goddamn Edomites, man. They were dressing little boys up in dresses and shit. They were butt breaking men. Okay, man, these devils did a lot of shit. Look at that movie, Delectable Negro. I mean, read that book. And then they were cooking Jake, man, eating them. Man, these some wicked ass devils, man. The Lord got to put their ass to sleep, man. And then he gonna round their ass up and burn their ass up. Yeah, y'all got to pray. Don't look all frowned up at me. Shit. You some wicked ass people. I'm reading it. Shit. Don't look at it getting mad at me. I'm just a prophet. Shit. We're gonna be the judges of the earth. That's right, I said it. Y'all ain't getting out of this judgment. Think y'all gonna ride off in the sunset and build a new world? Oh, that ain't happening. That shit ain't happening. Man, the Lord finna come at you people, man. That's why we out prophesying toward the wind. Lord said, prophesy toward the wind, son. Son of man, prophesy toward the wind. Think they gonna run off in the wild blue yonder, ain't gonna set up a new world order. That shit ain't happening. That Project Looking Glass, they look through the project, the Lord gave them wisdom to look through the Project Looking Glass to see their fate. That shit ain't, hey, the Lord got y'all number, boy. Y'all ain't going to CO. That's a hellish-like condition.
You need parking voucher? I mean, a bag?
Yeah, put it in the bag for me. They gonna ride in the sunset, gonna create their new world order. It ain't working. How much are you?
608, you gonna hit.
How much are you?
$6.08.
$6? God damn.
Are you a circle member? You gonna hit not now or your phone number?
No, let me see if I got enough. I might not even have enough. Let me see. 608.
Yep.
I should have got I'm gonna take them back. I'm gonna get something lesser. Yeah, I ain't got enough.
You want me to void it right now?
Yeah, void it, please. I got $5. They got some in there for $2.50, right?
I'm not for sure. I don't.
For it's
DoorDash?
five. I might have enough to get
Can you get your money and your
No,
stuff?
I'm gonna take care of him real quick.
I am. I know what to do. I know what to do. Wait a minute. Okay. Here's your receipt. $5.87.
That's fire right there. I still ain't got none.
Just grab these 2 chairs and I'll take care of your bevies.
You'll take care of the rest.
I'll take care of that.
All right.
You got me, sister?
I got you.
All right, my sister. There you go. That's about 30, 40 cents.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem.
All right.
Are you a circle member?
I am.
I put these in my bag. All right, thank you. You take care.
Got it. Take care.
All right. Hold on, I'm coming there. I'm there.
You gotta just keep that.
Oh,
Use it for something else.
all right, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, may your house, Hashem, your house, have bless your soul.
Oh, I just forgot my phone.
All right. All right. Hey, I got you in my, when I go out here and prophesy, I got you in my prayer. I'm going to tell you.
Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Hey, you too, sister.
Okay.
All right. All right. There we go. Did I pump that? Still family? Damn. Y'all bear with me. All right, let's continue on the lesson. All right, let me see what was. Let me see here. All right, what was we? It says Joel chapter. Okay, let's read that again. Joel chapter 3, verse 3. It said, matter of fact, it says, now the spirit. Let's read that one again. It said, now the spirit bring us deeper into the matter where the crime is not only named, but it is global scale. But its global scale is revealed. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh is not silent concerning the scattering of a people and the gambling away of human lives. It said, what the world dressed up as expansion and trade, the Most High records as division and exploitation and contempt. This is the mindset of those who saw no value in a people beyond profit and pleasure. See, they still doing that to this day. The affliction was not accidental. It was calculated, normalized, and celebrated among the nations, and now the judgment is spoken in the same plainness as the crime. Joel chapter 3, verses 3, and it reads, it said, and they have cast lots, talking about on you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may might drink. So this is the stripping away of all pretense. The Most High showed how human beings were reduced to objects of exchange for pleasure and indulgence. Casting lots signifies casual division, as if dividing property, not people, created in the image of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The exchange of a boy for a harlot and a girl for wine reveals the utter devaluation of life within the system, all right? Okay? It said devaluation of life within the system. This is not economic necessity. This is moral collapse and spiritual corruption. The nation participated in a system where human life was cheaper than temporary gratification. And for this, judgment is not only justified, it is inedible, see? So the Lord is dealing with these people, man. You got Jake out here fucked all up because of this nigga, man. Well, you know, that get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verses 5 and 6. It said, who were the merciless murderers of the children of devourers of man's flesh, and the feast of blood with their priests out of the midst of their adulterous crew. And the